Welcome to UK Explored. In this video, we're exploring one of the better cities in the UK, which is York, but we're not covering the tourist attractions or posh areas. We're uncovering 3 of the worst places to live in York, or even to visit. I want to say off the top that I do love York. It's one of the tidiest cities in the north. It has loads of awesome places to live and things to do. But like all cities, York also has some dodgy areas that you need to know about if you're moving there. Before we dive in, please press that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And feel free to leave any comments you have and we'll be sure to get back to you. So, here are 3 of the worst areas to live in York, starting in reverse order. At number 3, we have Chapelfields. Located to the west of the centre, Chapelfields is one of the housing estates that ranks just below the city centre for crime activity. This area is notorious for the number of youths running wild on it. So if you're looking for a quiet life, free from aggressive youths, you definitely don't want to move into Chapelfields. I couldn't get a detailed breakdown of stats in Chapelfield, but as you can see from this map, there's a decent number of crimes spread out across the area. It's some of the headlines that come out of Chapelfields that are quite shocking. This was a story of youths causing despair for an entire week, which included setting off fireworks inside the houses and threatening police. Here's another incident of youths out of control, this time causing First York to suspend bus routes going in and out of the area. At the time, one resident was quoted saying, "Buses daren't go down Chappie." There were loads more similar headlines, like this one reporting that fences are being kicked down by mobs of kids, and it's just clear that youths are a real problem in Chapelfields. If you're interested in house prices, the average price for the main Chapelfields road was $198,000 last year. This is way below the average price across York, which is nearer $343,000, and I think this reflects the problems that are in the area. All there really is to do in the way of amenities is a pub and one shop. I wanted to get a bit of footage of the shop, but there are dozens of kids outside it and I probably would have had my camera lifted, so I skipped on that. Next on the list is Foxwood. Located just a mile south from Chapelfields is Foxwood, another estate that has a lot of problems, but it does feel very different from Chapelfields. There is more green space, the layout of the housing is better, and quite frankly, there are less kids causing problems, which is a big plus. It does have a higher crime rate, however, so something clearly isn't going right. Browsing the headlines, it does feel like there are more targeted burglaries and assaults than there are general antisocial behaviour, like in Chapelfields, but it's a mixed bag. A lot of the regular headlines make this apparent with things like these reports of thefts, assaults and burglaries, and the attempted kidnapping of a schoolgirl. Here are some of the ugly blocks of flats, someone flexing in their sports car, an eco-friendly house, and some more cows. If you're interested in house prices in Foxwood, the average price for a property was around $260,000 last year. This is still way below the average price across York, which is around $343,000. The social club was lively when I was there. There are some decent shops, but honestly, you still have way better options if you're going to be moving to York. Last on the list is North Clifton. Nothing against the residents of North Clifton, but I would say that North Clifton is one of the worst areas to live in York. Located north of the city centre, Clifton is an area that's divided. The south is a desirable area, rich with amenities and super expensive housing, while the north is home to tower blocks, a lot of social housing, and some serious antisocial problems. It's these 3 tower blocks you see here at the tip of the north of Clifton that are responsible for many of the problems. But this is something I've seen all over the country. You pack a load of people into a multi-storey building and hope they're all going to get along. It never works. This then spirals down to the rest of North Clifton, which is designed with these rows of semi-detached housing and alleyways that pass in between the housing that you wouldn't want to go down there late at night. Some of the recent headlines that highlight the kind of problems the residents of this area have to put up with are burglaries, violent incidents involving men, women of all ages, kids getting involved, stabbing and assaulting people, and quite worryingly is the number of news reports about Class A drugs that are being seized. In regards to house prices, Clifton as a whole is an expensive area due to the south. But on the most troubled roads in the north, 3-bed semis go for around $350k, which is still in line with the overall average for York. So there you have it. These are 3 of the worst areas to live in York. Don't let this video put you off moving to York or even visiting. Like I said in the beginning, York is one of the best cities in the country. However, if you're planning on moving there or doing some sightseeing, it certainly helps to know where the crime hotspots are. Thanks for watching. If you found this video informative, please press the like button and subscribe to the channel, then you'll be notified when we release new videos in the future. In the meantime, feel free to browse some of our other videos that you can see there on the bottom of the screen. Thanks again, and have a great day.